Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. So, good morning. Happy Monday. We ended last week with hating is dangerous. And I had every intention to listen to that podcast again this weekend just to remind myself, but I didn't need to. It stuck with me, which is good because I was super busy. Had a big, huge weekend, and I am actually smiling right now, authentically. So, does this fake it till you make it stuff actually work? Maybe for sure, especially whenever it's like every time you turn around in one way or another, you're getting another reminder to clean up your thoughts, to think your thoughts deliberately, to focus on what you want to manifest and really stop putting energy into the things that you don't enjoy. If you don't enjoy stress, then why do you keep worrying about it, right? It's like, it seems so obvious, like, oh yeah, I guess I'm manifesting when I'm freaking out about this and that. So yeah, every time I turned around this weekend, it was like the reminders were there. I didn't really have any downtime that I thought, oh, I'll listen to my old podcast because, hey, hating is dangerous. Like, I don't know. It was a simple message, and it stuck with me. So I am trying, like I said, to get on that gratitude roll and tell you a few things each morning, like what I did appreciate. So this weekend, I appreciated several really fun surprises. I connected with some old friends, and that was really cool because I thought that chapter in my life had ended, but I put out the call, kind of like when you let the universe know you're ready to make more connections, and bam, they just showed up. Like literally, they just showed up. So that was fun, getting messages. My one friend pulled me an oracle card of his, and it was a reminder to write more and do more automatic writing, which I did start a little notebook about a week ago, so maybe I will find some time to do that. Probably not today, because wait till I tell you about my day today. But this weekend, so that happened. Then I got invited to a campfire cookout picnic, and I actually met an amazing lady, and my friend's mom actually, who's definitely a kindred spirit into a lot of the stuff I am, but in her own different way. But it was a total vibrational match. If you've ever had those in your life, they feel so good. You're just like, dang, this person is easy to talk to. Like, because it's almost like as if you're talking to yourself. She was really amazing. It's nice to connect with someone of the motherly energy too, who's so wise, and it's like, oh, good. Felt really, really good. So that happened. I hung out with my own mom twice. That was cool. Hung out with my kids and really just kept getting myself into a place where like I have this bag hanging on the coat rack right now. It's just like a reusable shopping tote, and it says good things are coming. And it's pink and orange and yellow, and thank you, Dollar Tree. But I keep reading it like good things are coming. So that's another reminder too. If you're having, you want to make intentions to think good thoughts, put something where you're going to read it, a sign or a note, and it really does, like, I keep glancing up and I keep seeing that good things are coming. So it's really great to like get your vibration up there. I also took some time this weekend to rest and integrate. Sunday morning, actually, like I got up, did the chickens, did my chores, and actually went back to bed to listen to music, to read, to watch a really awesome music video, And I just took this time to integrate some of the energies that have come our way, and the lessons and reminders and all this stuff. So sometimes you just have to take a few hours and be still and quiet down and really like let it all sink in. So yeah, it's been a great weekend. I harvested a bunch of Egyptian mint. So the house smelled lovely when I was getting it out of the dehydrator. Kind of need to crush it up so you can fit more in the jar. And it smelled really good. And it's amazing. Like, I had some left over from last year, which I thought still smelled decent, but whoa, compared to the fresh stuff, you're like, dang. So I ended up I used up the fresh stuff, but there was one batch that I had harvested so much last week that I tried, just as an experiment, doing it in the oven on the keep warm setting, which would have been like 100 degrees. But it is not the same doing it with oven heat as in the dehydrator heat. Like, how quickly the essential oils in that mint decide not to hang around. So if you are, if you only got an oven, that's one thing. If you can air dry, that's another. But the dehydrator on the lowest setting really is the way to go when you're dehydrating mints and lemon balm and things that when you want to have them for tea, oh, it just makes such a difference to take the time. Sorry, electric bill. But to take the time and really do that slow dehydrate, it really makes a difference with the essences. So getting that mint, I'm just chucking the stuff that I did in the oven. Like, it is that not impressive. Like, some stuff you just need to get rid of. So let that be the theme, get rid of some stuff, whether it's just the stuff that is just not that fabulous. And that always goes for what's in our mind as well. So they are our minds, and we gonna get in there, and we are gonna think more positive from this episode on out. We're on episode 23. Thanks for everybody who's come over and hung out with me and listened. I appreciate y'all being here. Why? Because I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everyone who makes the effort to become more positive, because I know how much that benefits the earth and humanity, right? Our societies need more positive people. Our families need more positive people. And your life, you might as well be the positive one. Especially if ain't nobody else doing it. Okay, so let's pull out some oracle cards. Let's take a little break here, sip on our tea. And I will think about what decks, I'll sit here for a minute and stare at the wall and see which decks are coming through on this Monday morning with you. All right. Okay. So I've drank my tea and I've watched my daily stick of Nag Champa burn down. I'm on like a ration this week. Like, I have 1 stick per day. So I'm like really gonna enjoy it. And what a week to be on an incense rationing, because it is so rainy and the old house is so musty. Like, I really would like to keep like something burning all day long. So maybe the universe will have me come across some incense today. I'm not sure, but I do love it. Oh, I love it. So I grabbed the decks that we're going to work with. And I also was sitting here thinking that I was promised last week that I was going to write in my gratitude journal, which I didn't. But I did start to feel more grateful. So that's a step in the direction of getting the gratitude journal off of the shelf. Okay, so what I had in mind when I opened up my drawer of herbal oracle decks was we would do the enchanted spell oracle and pull ourselves a medieval hedge witch. So that's kind of us today. We're gonna pull a hedge witch. Just one. Okay, I'm telling the universe, I think just one. And I thought I want her to be surrounded by something. But today, instead of her being surrounded by herbs, because she's already connected to herbs, like there's already going to be herbs on her card, the hedge witch is going to come with us to kick off our week. We're going to surround her with sacred stones. So the Sacred Stones Oracle deck, I have volume 2. This is by Kirk Cleary and Blue Star and the Council of Light. Kind of a different deck. I was going to say odd, but it's not really odd. It's like actually on point all the damn time. And that's what makes it odd. Like every time I use it, I'm like, wow. But each deck has a picture, a little photography picture, and then has a word. And then the message from the little teeny weeny book that comes with it is always like way more than you anticipated. So that's also why odd. It's like, oh wow, like I don't know. We could probably think of a really creative acronym for odd, like other dimensional divination or something. All right, that came in pretty fast. Other dimensional divination is when you say the word odd now, know that like it's that the information that came in was from another dimension. And that's why you're like, oh, that's odd. All right, so the Enchanted Spell Oracle is from Priestess Moon. So we'll pull ourselves a hedge witch, and then we'll surround her with the sacred stones. And yeah, that should probably do it, I'm assuming, because I wanted to tell you about my day. Today is our homeschool evaluation. So we have to travel a little ways to go meet an evaluator who's going to look at our portfolios and sign our end of the school year paperwork. So yeah, I had a few hoops to jump through this past weeks, just getting that paperwork together. It could have been easier had I not procrastinated. Like literally last night I was finishing the book logs, and not that they were a big deal, but sometimes we just, I don't know, keep putting stuff off. But yeah, everything's ready to go. I even have our water bottles in these new water bottle holders that I just sewed up real quick last night. Like I even did some sewing this weekend. Like talk about a balanced, busy, but not too busy weekend. Like definitely enjoyable. Yeah, my daughter and I even got in our quote sewing studio, and she made a really beautiful bag, and I made 4 water bottle holders out of a quilted blanket that my dogs had ripped up. So yeah, when your animals destroy your blankets, try to repurpose them. And they turned out really cute. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get this deck out. It's so sad to only pull one. And I'm worried now that I said that, because sometimes the universe is like, oh, well then don't be sad, honey. Have 14. Have 14 cards. But yeah, I just want one hedge witch today that can sort of guide us on our entire week. And the reason I even thought of this deck was, I know there's an opulence card, and I know there's a lot of great messages that good things are coming. So there's a lot of positive hedge witches. There's also a lot of wise hedge witches in the Enchanted Spell Oracle, as well as some other cards that don't even have a little lady on them. So better not pull one of those. Let's see if we can get the one that is perfect for us this week. So this is our hedge witch for the week. Good things are coming. We're thinking more positive, and one has caught on my thumb. It's near the top third of the deck, but it's not the top card. It's coming out from the side. It literally, like, my thumb and it connected, like we were stuck together. So this is our card for the week. Let's hope it's not the death card. Just kidding. There's no death here. There is, luxury. A luxury. We got the luxury head witch. She has a beautiful white swan beside her. Ooh, she is connected with the vining grape. So we have a strong message of luxury. Now, she is actually, really interestingly enough, not that fancy. She has this orangish tan brown, orangey brown dress on with a red cloak over her. She does have some gold accents on the sleeves and on the bottom of her gown, and she's got a gold studded belt. And she herself has, her hair almost matches her dress, and she's got some red crisscrosses down her two braids coming in front, and then she has a simple but classy gold headband, and she also has a gold crescent moon on the top of her head, which didn't actually stick out right at first. But yeah, she's simple, but she enjoys the finer things in life. And I think, don't you feel a big message of self-care coming in when we think about luxury, right? Just taking the luxury right now to have a cup of tea with me this morning. Okay, that's your cue. If you are not sitting by a cup of tea, push pause, go make the tea, and come back. So you can just have it steaming in front of you. Have your incense lit. Ooh, it's almost done. Bring it to me here. Have your incense burning. Have your candle lit. Just have your fuzzy socks on. Whatever it is that in the morning you can do that gives you this little feeling of luxury. I got up and symbolically took out the trash. Went around, emptied out garbage cans, and just took out the trash as like a symbolic, just something that I wanted to do to start the week fresh, right? Sprayed some lemon oil in the trash can, let it air out. Get the stinkies out. It's Monday. You want to start fresh. So luxury is all about opulence. That's funny. Grandeur and joy. So I did have a little bit of foresight with these cards, with this hedge witch. The little things that bring us joy. It doesn't always have to be big things. But when the big things come, you can, relish in those as well. So she is connected to the vine, Vitis vinifera. The vine was brought to Britain by the Bronze Age Celts, and as such is not a native tree to the Isle. Nevertheless, it became an important part of folklore, and its spiral growth pattern can be emulated in Celtic knotwork. So medicinally, it was used in medieval times as a poultice for coughs and inflammations. Culpeper, my boy Culpeper. Culpeper describes wine made from the vine tree as the greatest cordial among the vegetables. Wine is thought to open the crown chakra. Ah, dang. Just when we were cleaning up our diet, now we got to drink some wine. All right. So the symbolism of this card. The priestess of luxury is positioned beneath the leaves and grapes of the vine. Beside her is a graceful white swan, the epitome of wealth and majesty in medieval times. And in current times too, doesn't Queen Elizabeth claim that she owns all the swans? Somebody's selfish. All right, so the priestess wears an orc, O-C-H-R-E, orc dress with a red cloak, and is associated with Mabon, the festival of the autumn equinox, celebrated between the 2nd of September and the 29th of September. So very cool. Simple but beautiful card. This is the divination, when the luxury card is drawn, it would appear that your life needs more joy right now. Parties, dancing, holidays. It's time to play. You might be feeling that life has been a bit joyless and full of responsibility of late. Think of this card as a permission slip to say yes to more luxury. Those invitations or ideas you have had that once seemed too frivolous or expensive, go ahead with them now and see what happens. Okay, so right now, I have to tell you that this does feel like a party week for me because my future ex-husband is on a 4-day business trip. So this was the break that talk about like this awkward at times, but more civil now than ever living situation. Knowing that I'm getting him out of the house now for 4 days. It's like, party. Peaceful party. I think I'm throwing a peaceful party. But yeah, there will be music. There will be dancing. I don't know if there will be wine. I mean, honestly, you guys, like my body is so clean and pure right now. Just taking a few elements out of the house gives me enough zest. I don't know if I need the wine. But anyways, I will eat some grapes. I'll eat some grapes. I have some right now. So here we have a little spell that if you want to do something fun, there is a spell, a vine wish spell to attract more luxurious wealth and abundance into your life. Try this simple grape leaf spell. And I have grape leaves growing on my porch. They're headed down the clothesline. So get yourself a grape leaf. Take a fresh grape leaf and wash it in cool, clean water. If you don't have one, maybe your neighbor has one. Or go pick the biggest leaf of plantain from the yard and just pretend that is a grape leaf. So we're going to wash it in cold, fresh water. We're going to pat it dry. Then we're going to take a piece of decorative paper, like origami paper, something pretty, scrap paper, and write your wish for any little luxuries you have been hoping for. So maybe like some new lotion, a new oracle deck, $1,000, whatever. Fold the paper into a small scroll shape and place it at the bottom of the grape leaf. Wrap your wish in the fresh leaf, much as you would a Greek dolmades, Dolmades, dolmades. I think that's something you can eat. And as I'm saying something you can eat, my stomach's growling. You will have a beautiful little wish package to be placed in a garden under a favorite tree or plant, ready to work its magic. So yeah, you can go bury it somewhere. So yeah, get a pretty piece of paper, write your wish on it, take the freshly cleaned, patted dry grape leaf, wrap the little scroll in the grape leaf and give it to the earth. Give it to the earth and let it work its magic. Ooh, okay. I just took a little luxurious break. Ate some gluten-free graham crackers. Good job, Pamela. Although they are a little sandy. I mean, they're pretty good, actually. The Pamela brand gluten-free graham crackers that I got at the Amish store, Bet and Dent. I went to the Bet and Dent because like everything's 50 cents there. And I just wanted to stock the pantry. Do you ever get in that mood? Like, I just want to open this thing up and just see it full of food. I don't even care if it's whatever. Just fill it up. I want to feel like we've got enough, like we've got abundance. And right now, we do, there's so much fruit here and the pantry's full and yeah, good things are coming. I keep looking at this bag. I'm taking this bag with me today, guys. That is the bag that I'm going to put our portfolios in because it's waterproof. It's like a plasticky bag, but it's waterproof. And as I'm running through the rain today, through parking lots and stuff, I will have this beautiful bag. Maybe people can read it as I'm running by and get hope in their life too if they don't have any. All right, so this little deck is like an old-fashioned plastic card case. They're tiny cards. They really are, and they're brown around the outside. So it was kind of interesting. I mentioned that the luxury head witch, the priestess, is not dressed fancy. She's like got the burnt orange dress and the red cape, like, just, really kind of subdued colors. And the backs of these cards are brown and white, but like, kind of bland. And really, even the cards themselves, like the pictures are real small, so nothing's very flashy. So we're getting on this dreary day in Pennsylvania. I hope you're getting sunshine. There will be none of that today here. It is rainy, rainy, rainy until further notice. So we're getting some stones today. I think what I'm going to do is, let me see how many want to come out. I'm going to put them face down. There's our first one. I'm going to surround her with some stone cards. Here we go. I know this might seem like a lot. Whoa, there goes one on the floor. Okay, now this one fell on the floor upside down, so I am going to honor that. Everyone else has their brown dirt at the bottom. This one has brown dirt at the top, rocks at the bottom. And let's see here. I'll put these last two down and answer the phone. Oh, God. All right, so I wonder if one of these cards is going to suggest to me that I accidentally lose my phone for the week. What a luxurious thing that is to give yourself. Like, just don't let people have access to you, or have your party be by invitation only. So, another reminder, let's use our thoughts to give or not give invitations. So if you're thinking of somebody who annoys you, don't be surprised when they call you. Don't be surprised when they call. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stones laying around her. She looks so cool. Like, I just love it having them upside down even. Like, she just looks good having them upside down. Should I just leave it here? Hold on, move over. Move over. I want to take a picture. All right, I took a picture. Yeah, they look good. So we're going to flip them all over. But first, I want to flip the first one that's upside down, so we remember which one's upside down, because maybe there's something in that could be preventing us from feeling luxurious, from preventing with that party. And the party that like I'm promoting is your inner party, like feeling that joy within, feeling that luxury within, and feeling that abundance within. And if it manifests on the outside, woohoo! Okay, ooh, we got Grace upside down. Okay, that'll be interesting. So are you demanding the party? I want the golden goose and I want it now. Right? Like, are we doing that? No, we don't want to be doing that. We want to be very graceful. And that is what the priestess of luxury is, this head witch. She is full of grace and poise. So I am curious to look in the book why we got the grace card upside down. We're going to go around the circle going down to 6 o'clock, and then we'll go back up to the top. So we're going to move counterclockwise here. Showing up is our next card. Home. Okay, so we have a big message, to, make our houses feel luxurious, make our home feel luxurious, wherever you are at. If you're just spending a night in a hotel room somewhere else, make it feel like home. And also meditate, because when you meditate, you go within and you go to your true home, your home within. And ultimately, we are all always being called home in a grand level, like being called back to our place of origin before we were born, aka God. Like, we're all being called back home all throughout our life. And someday we do return home. All right, so we got showing up, home, stillness. Okay, taking that time to be still. Definitely it have meditation be part of your luxury routine. Hey, maybe we're going to stop calling it self-care and we're just calling it our luxury routine. We're like taking it up a notch. Like we're just not taking care of ourselves to get by. Like we are actually like reveling in this shit. Like we are loving it. We are feeling so luxurious. And then we got proximity. I have no idea what the heck that means. That's up at the top. That's our second to last card, proximity. We've got some chicks and hens on some rocks. Really cool picture. So maybe this feeling is getting closer. Something is good. Things are coming. Oh my gosh, am I going to have to call the podcast today? Good things are coming. And we end with spirit. Of course, because it's all spirit. So we've got grace upside down. We've got showing up, which is a very dark room by a fireplace. There's an empty chair. There is a guitar. And it wants you to show up. Like this is your show. You're the star of this incredible production called your life. How about you show up? How about you show the F up? Be present, especially in your home. We got the home card. That is a old stone structure. Kind of looks like maybe, I don't know, it reminds me of a stone pavilion in a way. And then stillness is a brick wall made of big stones. Proximity has the chicks and hens on some round river stones. And then spirit is, it looks like the ground, but if you've got an eye for it, there's a spiral of stones on the ground. There's just a little bit of green, something growing at the top there, at the edge of the spiral of spirit. And Grace, I didn't tell you, is a naked woman statue. She's sitting. It almost looks like she could be sitting on the toilet, but it's actually, she's like, it's just a statue. She's sitting butt naked. Her arms are up, almost getting ready to like her elbows are up. Yeah, her elbows are up. She's maybe getting ready to like stretch, but it's right before the stretch. So the stretch is just implied, like rising with the sun. Her elbows are going up first, her head kind of going up and off to the side. And she's very beautiful. Okay, so I hope you don't mind. We're going to definitely read from the book because that is why, I hope to own all of Kirk Cleary's decks because I won this deck in one of her giveaways a long time ago. And I would love volume 1. She also has a blue star one, and I think she's working on a flower one, if I remember correctly. So, in my mind, I'm going to make a huge purchase from her someday. So Grace is upside down. Now, I did go through this book and number them because numbers are so significant to me. They just are. And so I wanted to know what number each card was. So Grace is number 13 in the deck. Yeah, if I get an oracle deck and they aren't numbered, sometimes I will number them myself. I know. I funny girl. So grace is as inherent in your day as the sunrise in the morning. You may not see it. There may be heavy clouds, dense drapery, or no windows where you are, but the sun rises every day, and grace is not far behind. So I'm just going to totally interrupt myself at will. When the sun came up, well, you didn't see the sun today, but at 5:30, the sky was pink. So behind that thick layer of clouds, obviously, we can assume that the sun came up because if you got up early enough, the world was pink. I mean, so cool. There is so much benefit to getting up super early. The sun's going to come up. And even though it's drab right now, we can still appreciate the sun. So when you require grace, seek it out. Grant it to yourself, even if you cannot feel it. grant it to others, even if you don't know if they deserve it. So that might have been why it came upside down. Maybe you're holding judgments against somebody, like because they call you in the middle of your recording and they just make your life stressful, even though, ironically enough, I was really thanking my future ex-husband, because thank you for, giving this house and taking care of me for a decade and really making my life as stress-free as possible, even though ironically he is my biggest source of stress. I was actually thanking him and, doing that, that mantra where you're I'm sorry, thank you, I love you. Is it Ho'oponopono or something? Some Hawaiian something. I don't know. But I was having a moment of that with him. And just, even though I'm really excited to not have him here this week, I'm still trying to be super appreciative and thankful. And so I love it that it says, grant grace to others, even if you don't know if they deserve it. They do deserve it. Even the people that you condemn and you don't want to forgive, they still deserve grace, because you're still connected to them. We're all one. So when you hate someone else in your life, you're actually hating yourself, because ultimately we all go home to the same place. So let's talk about grace. Grant it everywhere you go, trusting in the power of the light to bestow itself on everyone without question, judgment, or hesitation. So yeah, let's think about this week, giving grace wherever we go. Grace is that moment when the glass did not break, although it fell. The moment you paused before stepping off the curb, so we're not struck by the distracted motorist. Grace is when the child across the room sees you and lights up for no apparent reason. Grace is when you smile reflexively and the other one smiles back. Moments of grace in the day or night are infinite. If melancholy has taken hold, then the counting of instances of grace will be your salvation. As you count, grace is drawn to you. Like shining a light on all the magic of the world, you illuminate it for yourself and others. So count your blessings, count your graces. And as you count, more grace, more blessings will be drawn to you. So I know why that came upside down for me, because I just have not been doing that. I fell off the appreciation, the gratitude wagon. And I think I only have a few pages left in my gratitude journal. So I need to fill up this book, get another book, and keep writing and don't stop. Every damn day, count my blessings. And every damn day, show up. So we've got showing up next. And it's number 32. So 3 plus 2 is 5, number of change. So if you haven't been showing up in your life, let's do that. The world is just waiting for you to show up, dear ones, to take your place here as you were meant to, although you may have forgotten. You may have uncertainty about what you are to do here. You may have forgotten, or maybe you don't feel up to the task. You might just be hiding from the misery of it all, or from the possibility of glory and wealth. You might be afraid to be yourself, having been told so often how unacceptable that would be. The thing is, the story is not yet written. You are called to record it, dear. The songs are yet to be sung. The fire lit, the hearth warmed. You may come and rest a while. A chair has not fulfilled its purpose until someone is sitting in it. So has your life been incomplete while you have hesitated to fill it with yourself. Clothing does not exist to remain unworn. Shoes require to be walked in to feel themselves whole. Come, bring yourself to your life anew. Sit down inside it. Warm yourself and pluck a note or two. Be here, please. Come now. Your presence is requested, most urgently, and with great abiding love. So, see why I have to read these messages? Like, Kurt Cleary freaking nailed it. And Blue Star and the Council of Light. So yeah, like, get in your life, get in your mind, show up. Like, you guys make beautiful homes, use them. And that's what our next card is, home. Yeah, like, the chair is not, what it's useless unless you sit in it, right? That big comfy pillow, go love on it, girl. Like, I mean, just lay there and wiggle around and use your stuff, love your stuff. I mean, not that stuff is important, but like, hey, while we're in a physical body, you might as well appreciate all the fun things there are to play with here. All right, so home, love up your homes. And that's the thing. Sometimes, like, you get so busy, not me, maybe you get so busy that, like, your home is just like where you're running in and out of, but you're not actually living in your home. So yeah, maybe this is a call this week that even if it's just a couple, like, I know if you like work all day, like, maybe it's just in the evenings, maybe try to like just love up your space, or get up an hour more just to like sit in a new chair, have your tea somewhere different. So number 15 is home. Home is the place of recognition, even if you have never been there before. Home is when you meet your true family and you know their faces and their names. Home is waiting for you always across lifetimes and continents and centuries. Do not feel lost, oh dear one, for you are always on your way home. There is a place deep inside you that you cling to, but it is only a small reflection of the deeper home of your soul. This place is vast and essentially unimaginable. Your true home, while infinite, is connected to that kernel deep inside you by an unbreakable strand of fibrous light. Wherever you go, you are protected and guided and cannot go astray. You may have to stay in other places for a while. Please accept this. You cannot always do your work and stay home. While you are in the world of this human form, remember this. Home is within you and awaits you and will never be lost. You may feel dreamy and unforgetful. No, you may feel dreamy and forgetful. You may be torn with longing. You may feel peaceful in this home on earth. So yeah, like, even if you're away from your home, like, that's just an illusion because you carry your home with you. You may inevitably create patterns and interconnections as you wander through time and space. Although you may not know it, you are bringing home along everywhere you go. So as we like work on this inner connection within us, and we feel so secure within ourselves, and we're showing up in our life fully, in our experience and in our minds, and just in that present moment, yeah, like wherever we go, we can venture out then, because we know that we take our home with us. All right, so moving along to stillness, because I know these are kind of lengthy and you have a life to show up to. I'm showing up now. You're here. We're showing up. We're here. And yeah, maybe we feel like home to each other. That is a wonderful feeling when I met my friend's mom, like I was like, dang, she's my family. You have that sense of connection and home. So we're moving on to number 35, stillness. Stillness. In stillness resides trust and faith and hope, all of which are useful in their time and place. In stillness, you may find what you are looking for. You may find things you didn't know were hidden. You may find things you didn't know you were seeking. Stillness has a way of revealing truth. As they say, when you are trying to see clearly, stop stirring the pond with a stick. The nature of the water is to settle and to clear. If you simply leave it in stillness and wait, it becomes itself. Yeah, so quit messing up your life. The quality of stillness is not stagnation. The quality of stillness is revelation. The quality of stillness is to allow the hidden to make itself known. The quality of stillness is receptivity to the true nature of things, of knowledge, of self. When you cultivate stillness, you may feel awkward at first. You may not know what to do, nothing, or say nothing, or think nothing much, right? So you just may not be comfortable doing, saying, and thinking nothing. But by breathing and attending as you would a flower unfolding its petals in real time, or a person moving slowly toward their last breath, you will find a natural settling of mind and body. And in that state, perhaps some relief. So if we have muddied the waters of our life, dang, yep, we created this, we made this, we attracted this, we chose this experience right now. And if it's clear, enjoy it. If it is muddy, murky, crazy water, you have to realize that you have stirred this with a stick, right? Like you have done this with your thoughts, with your chaotic thoughts, with your undisciplined mind, with your lack of focus, with your attention to that which you don't want, with giving too much fuel to the fire. You paid attention to the drama, and now the drama's up in here just making a ruckus. If we want the waters to still down, we have to do our part and become still ourselves. So we sit, we become still, we literally let our minds empty out. And we breathe. And we do this as often as we can because it slows the momentum down and gives you a chance to get back to your true set point. Like your true set point is not the crazy hectic bitch. It really isn't. So you need to take time to be still. Like, yeah, you don't need to feel like the maniac man, like with too much to do. You need to take the time to be still. Let that be your luxury. I'm taking time to do nothing because that's what my life needs right now. So even if it's only for like 3 minutes in the car, in the parking lot, before you, like if you get to anywhere 3 minutes ahead of schedule, take the luxury to sit in your vehicle and close your eyes for 3 minutes and breathe and do nothing and say nothing and try to think nothing. So yeah, that is stillness. All right, so proximity. This was the one that I was like, oh, I have no idea what they're going to say. But I love chicks and hen. I used to have a bunch of them, but now my landscaping is too lush for chicks and hens, or hens and chicks, you know. They really like a rocky soil, and yeah, they're happier growing on rocks and sand than in well-fertilized rabbit poop dirt. So this is number 25, proximity. There is more close at hand than you think. Your abundance is a state of mind. Most people do not realize that the antidote to the toxin always shows up alongside it, as jewelweed grows with poison ivy. Yeah, anytime I see jewelweed, I'm like, where are you at, poison ivy? So keep your eyes open and your chin up, and you may be surprised at the remedies that live so near you. Okay, that's interesting because we got the home card too. Everything close to you is there for a reason. Whether a loving friend or a noisy neighbor, they are there to expand your world, to encourage you to stretch yourself, to dissolve that stiffness of identity, to evolve. Isolation is not the answer, although solitude is vital for healing and growth. Immersion is also not the only path, although it gives a depth of experience that is hard to match otherwise. Instead, we invite you to recognize you are always alone and always immersed, forever interconnected, while suffering the illusion of separation. So, pretty big message there. Everything you need is here, and you are here because of what you need. Don't fight it, please. Embrace it. Take it apart and put it back together and see what new understanding emerges. See what new aspects of yourself and your place in the world come into being. See how it all fits beautifully into the whole. Oh, this one made me want to cry, you guys. You know, because we do think we're alone. And that takes me back to the beginning of my weekend. I was sitting out on the porch. It was nice. I'm reading my Jesus book, weekend vibes, y'all. And I put the book down and I thought, surely I'm not alone. You know, in this life, sometimes I just feel so alone. I put the book down and I got distracted. Got on Twitter, which I had put in my dead folder. On my phone, I made a dead folder of all the apps that could just either go die or I think are dead. And yeah, Twitter is totally in there. And I decided to go in there, and then there was a message being hey, let's connect. And my friend started this text message group chat with all us old cronies out of the blue. And it's amazing that I even got this message because I was like, I'm never logging into Twitter again. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, so within a half hour, I'm getting bombarded with text messages. Now you're definitely not alone. And now you might even be regretting saying that. I'm not used to it. So I actually muted the notifications. I'll read them as a daily digest or something. But anyways, yeah, we have to understand that we need solitude. Absolutely. But we also need to knock it off when we think that we are separated. That's an illusion. The illusion of separation. You are not an outcast. You are connected to everything. I love how they mention the noisy neighbor, all these people around you that get on your nerves. They're actually there to serve you, expand you, help you stretch yourself, and to dissolve your identity. You think you're separate. Well, you're not. You're not. You are connected to every single human on this earth. And that's hard to wrap your head around. It's what? That's too big. But how can we as humans imagine infinity and the infinite possibilities of all that is? We just can't do that. So yeah, I love this, that it's encouraging us to take it all apart. My crazy living situation, I need to really dissect this, take it all apart, put it back together in a new way, which I have done, but do it again. Keep doing it until you see all the lessons that it's bringing you, girl. Like, it's allowing me to forgive. It's allowing me to put aside my judgments. It's allowing me to expand my definition of what is an appropriate living situation. It's allowing me to do my inner work, to become the person, the best version of myself, my expanded self. Like, this wonky ass situation is bringing so many blessings to me. So the proximity is close, the abundance is close, but we have to remember that it is a state of mind. And we're going to end today with spirit. I'm so excited that, I picked the card that was upside down. We went counterclockwise, and it just has been such a beautiful message for us this week. So spirit is number 34. So the last two cards have added up to sevens. And that's significant for me. I've been seeing like 717, 771, like so much to do with sevens. And when I just looked at the ticker, it said 1144. So yeah, watch your significant numbers this week. And if you don't have any, I think this is the week that they are going to find you. Welcome them in, because the numbers want to talk. So spirit, there is spirit everywhere, in everything, always. You may not see it or feel it or know what it means, but trust us, you are never alone. Spirit is breath. It is life moving through. It is love. It is pure, unconditional adoration and upholding of you and all that is, no matter how dark the hour. You don't need to trust or believe in spirit. You don't need to. Spirit exists nonetheless, and will remain long beyond any doubt or belief anyone or anything has to offer. Nothing needs to be applied, nothing added or released. Spirit cares for it all, over all time and space without discernment. Spirit is an equal opportunity provider. This doesn't mean all your wishes come true. It doesn't mean do not strive for justice. It doesn't mean you get a free ride if you believe hard enough. But neither will you be abandoned if you do not. You are here for many reasons. Spirit guides and supports you, whether you like it or not. Spirit can't stop you from running out into a busy road, if that is your choice. But when you die, however, whenever you die, Spirit is always there to take you home. Okay, so I don't normally have to press my lips together during my broadcasts, so I don't cry. But this one really did hit home for me. If you have been listening to this podcast, you know that I certainly don't ever want to come back here. There is a part of me that longs to go home. Not that I want to die early. Not that I want to go too soon. I want to be old AF. I can't wait to be an old hag. But yeah, then I don't want to come back. I want to go home. So anyways, what a powerful message for me. You may have received something completely different, and that is beautiful too. But yeah, I mean, my message here for me is show up in this life. Get out of ego. There's nothing for you there. Offer grace to everyone and everything and every situation. And find your true feeling, that true quenching of homesickness by going within and feeling that peace. Yeah. And when you have inner peace, you truly are living a luxurious life. It doesn't get any finer or more majestic than that when you carry that feeling of home within you wherever you go, whatever you're doing, whatever situation you find yourself in. That is luxury. Peace of mind is luxury. All right, so just took a few minutes there to cry, and I don't always cry in my broadcast, but when I do, you can bet it's on a Monday. So that felt actually really good, you guys. It's not always easy for me to release emotion, so I just get one little pinch of a tear out. Like, that is progress for me. Yeah, so let grace be with me and you and everyone who comes into your field today. Just share grace with everyone. Everyone deserves it because everyone is you. You are everyone. I think this is a big time for us in our lives to realize how that revelation that we are all one, we are all interconnected. How dare you ever feel alone? It's impossible. You're surrounded by guides that you can't see. You're surrounded by people. You're surrounded by experiences. And you're surrounded by the energy of spirit, of your higher self, of all that is. Don't feel alone. Don't feel homesick. You can always go home. You don't have to die yet. You just go meditate. You go meditate. You go within. You go home within to that light within you. So you're always tethered to spirit. You're never disconnected. There's always that strand of light to spirit. So strengthen it, nourishment. And someday, spirit is going to take us all home. Hallelujah. So show up in your life now. That doesn't mean just ride out the rest of your life waiting to go back. No, that means you need to learn your lessons. You came here for the separation, ironically, because that's going to help. You're going to remember that you're all one. And that was the whole point of this game, was to come down here, feel we're separated, forget who we are, and then remember. So show up in your life, live your life. There's still songs to be sung and dances to be danced and books to be written and hugs to be given and love to be made. So let's live life. Let's show up. Yeah, we're going to take that time to be stillness because we know everything is within. But we are going to have some fun today and all this week and really call in the luxuries and the blessings and the grace. Call it in with your energy. So your vibe attracts your tribe. And for that, I am so thankful. So you guys, welcome to my tribe. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Like, really, put on something cozy and luxurious and just love yourself up. I'm so excited for this dreary ass day. Like, I really am. Good things are coming.